All right, good morning YouTube. Nick with NK Landscaping as usual again. We have a symphony of fun going on here today. We've got a generator running over there. We got a generator running over here. We have a compressor and my custom built extra air tank. That's charging up right now. We did some grading up here. We installed this little, whatever you want to call it, pallet, structure this morning for our water tank. So now we have some water that always runs downhill. I can still use it for pressure washing and such. You may notice my truck is up on ramps. And what does that mean? Well, we're doing some goo today, as we like to call it. Fluid film. If you live anywhere that gets winter, and I mean salt, snow, moisture, this stuff is the savior. If I had known about this 10 years ago, when I got, even earlier than that, 11 years ago when I got my first Cummins, it would still be here today. So we got Walter White fits over here. We have a special method of doing this. So fluid film is like a gelatinous goo. It's very thick. It's almost like a Vaseline consistency. So we have this wool wax sprayer by Kelsport Products. So this is a spray gun meant for spraying lanolin based products. That's what fluid film is. So wool wax is a lanolin based product, so is fluid film. They just make this wool wax sprayer. So what we do here, we have our little hot plate. Fitz goes ahead and scoops the fluid film into this pot. We warm it up to get it fluid, to get it into a liquid state. We put it, we have I think 3, there's only 2 here, but I think we have 3 cartridges. We fill them up, screw them on the gun, and then I get to crawl under this truck. We got to jack up the back end, and we're gonna spray this thing down. We do this every season. This truck tends to not go out in the winter. I don't want it rusty. We have a plow mount on it for backup. It's a terrible plow truck. It's huge, and we don't have a big enough plow to make this thing efficient, and we don't have any parking lots or anything. So I'm gonna start with this because this is my pride and joy, and I like to keep it as rust-free as possible. So I want to get it coated before there's any salt on the roads. Next one in line is that truck, and then our 1500 Chevy, which is out right now on a job. That gets, so that and our 1500 are our main plow truck. So those are the goal for today. I do my dump trailer as well. So I have to get suited up. You'll see. This is a dirty job. So I'll check in with you in just a few minutes here once we're spraying. I'm gonna give Fitz a second GoPro so he can film me, wrestle around under there. So let me get ready and we'll go from there. So we have the truck jacked up here. So I like to be safe when it comes to this stuff. I got ramps under the wheels. It did shift a little bit, but 2 jack stands, a jack in the rear. We have blocks under the wheels, and then a jack stand in the rear. So the jacks are just giving me a little extra body lift, and then the ramps and the blocks are supporting the weight as well. So I don't like, there's been enough people hurt by incidents involving jacks, and we actually just had the truck fall off the jack. We were jacking up the rear end with that orange jack and tipped over. That's why we're a little cockeyed here, but everybody was out of the way. Nobody goes under the truck unless it's supported. So let's get dressed up and start making some progress on this.
How you like me now? Let's get fluid filming. Woohoo! Alright, I'm gonna get the gun hooked up. Fitz is gonna give me my dose of juice. I'll get under there and start spraying. Alright, we're gonna start here in the front. I got the gun. Just like that. I'm gonna get you clamped onto something, hopefully.
Mostly on the edges. I have to go under my fingers and scrape it. Yeah.
All right, I'm covered in fluid film. This truck is done. As you can see, so all over this truck is fluid filmed. That was fun. So, not only do you have the gun that shoots big areas, but I have this attachment has a bunch of holes in the end, so it sprays like. So there's a bunch of holes in the bottom of the cab and the cross members and everything. You stick it up in there, you spray, and you jiggle, wiggle it all around, and that fills all the rockers and stuff with fluid film. So this truck is done. Now on to another one. So we gotta get this thing all jacked back down, and I get to continue going. I took off my glasses because they're covered in fluid film. They won't rust though. So it's fun. It's really fun. All right, check in with you in a minute. Next victim gets the same treatment. I'm gonna see if I can try to set you guys up on time lapse. It's hard to film because I'm moving around so much, and it's not really a whole lot to watch. I'm just under there giving it the spritz. So let me see what I can do here. We'll get you same thing. We're up on blocks, jack stands. I got the farm jack in there. It's just supporting the body. Nothing crazy. It's not really taking any weight. It's just getting the body a little higher off of the axles there, so I have a little more clearance just to get up in the fender wells and stuff. So let me clamp you onto something. We'll get fluid filling. This truck just got a new motor, by the way. Well, I think a Jasper reman. So that's what happens with these 4.8 Chevys, I guess. All right, let me set you up. a little dirty. But I got another truck done. At least the frame. If you want, you can go, you know, in the engine bay and stuff. I might do that at a later time. The goal is just to get these trucks covered up so that if we do get some snow here, we can feel a little more protected. We're gonna get this thing off the stands. That truck got fluid filmed at the beginning of this year when we got it. So I'm just gonna do a touch-up coat, see if there's any spots that are rusting, touch it up. That shouldn't need as much work. We always go and throw a little on that truck because, believe it or not, that truck is super rusty on the body. There's holes in the floor and everything, but the frame is almost mint. Like there's 1 or 2 spots that have a little rust, but otherwise, I don't know how. It doesn't make any sense. That truck has over 250,000 miles. It's a 99. The body's shot, the frame's good. This truck, it's a 2011 and it's rough. But it hasn't gotten a whole lot worse since we started fluid filming it. We got this a few years back now. So yeah, let me get this off the stands. See about getting that other truck. It's not the hardest thing to do. It's just it's tedious, and you're rolling around under a vehicle on, in this case, rocks. You're not breathing it in because the respirator's good, but it's getting in your eyes because I covered my glasses, so I can't use that. Goggles won't work. You'll feel like you got drunk goggles on because the film gets on you. It's not the most comfortable though. If you have a buddy with a lift, tell him that you'll buy the fluid film and the gun if he lets you use the lift. Unfortunately, I don't have any buddies with lifts. You would think I do by now, but it's on our long list of items that we want to have eventually. Unfortunately, for the array of vehicles we have, we'd need a 4-post lift. But still, something to get the truck up to eye level would be fantastic. Okay, I'll check in with you in a minute and we'll keep on going here. Well guys, the suit is off. We are out of fluid film. This truck is done. I gave a little bit on that truck just because there was a little bit left. So the 3 main trucks are done. My 2017 3500, the 2011 1500, which is a plow truck, and this 2022 2500 that's also a plow truck. So the 3 trucks that needed it the most, well, mine doesn't really need it, but I want it. Those are done. This truck it has a hard time starting in the winter, and it is 4-wheel drive, but it's open diff, so we never ever take that thing out in the winter. There's no use. So yeah, 3 main trucks are done. I didn't get to my trailer, but we'll have to pick up some more fluid film. I probably didn't get enough video for you guys. It's hard with this one. I was suited up all day, but this truck doesn't have a speck of rust on it, which is great. Our buddy Matt did the fluid film coating for us beginning of the season. This time of year he's too busy, so we do it ourselves, and we have so many trucks, it's just easy to bang it out right here. Excuse me. If you are gonna do this yourself, and I know there might be a few of you, keep in mind that stuff gets airborne. It gets on everything. So if you're gonna do it in your driveway is gonna be coated. If you're gonna do it in your garage is gonna be coated. Everything that is local to this area is coated. The windows get coated. Your brakes get coated. Even if you don't spray them, it gets on there. So the first thing you want to do after you fluid film something is take the vehicle around the block, use the brakes, burn it off the brakes. It's gonna get on your exhaust whether you want it to or not, and it's gonna burn off and it's gonna smoke. So you're gonna want to take your car for a ride, even mid-season when we're using my truck after towing a heavy load like the gooseneck up a big hill. The exhaust heats up the frame enough next to it and actually causes the fluid film to turn back to a liquid, and it melts onto the exhaust and smokes. Not to be worried, as long as you don't get too much on your exhaust, you don't want to catch it on fire. The best advice I can give, after you fluid film a vehicle, try not to drive it in the rain. It'll wash it off. So what do? Well, take your truck, take your car, take your boat, I don't care. It is really good for boats, but drive this thing down. If you do it early in the season, pre-plan your fluid filming, unlike us, we do it way too late in the season. Drive it down a dirt road, something that's dusty. The dust and the little stones and pebbles cling to the fluid film on the frame. You can kind of see it here. There's some sun, but you see that like thick layer of stuff under the fresh fluid film. You can see it on the suspension here. I didn't get the suspension great here, but you can see how it's kind of bumpy. I know the GoPro is not going to show it so well, but all the dust, this is going to show really well. No. There we go. All that stuff clings to the fluid film, and over time the fluid film kind of thickens back up. All that stuff, whether it be sticks or little bits of dust, absorbs the fluid film, and it turns into like a, I don't know the best way to explain it. It's like a layer of like grease almost, and it sticks to your frame a lot better. It's a lot harder for the rain to push that stuff off. So if you get your vehicle fluid filmed, you do it, someone else does it, shops do it, drive it down a dirt road or something that can cling to the fluid film. That will prolong the fluid film a ton. If you drive, like I do it to my car as well. It's harder for me to drive the car on a dirt road or something. The work trucks at least go out on dirty sites and stuff. If you get a layer of stuff to cling to it, this stuff almost doesn't come off. It takes a pressure washing to take it off, but fresh fluid film on a bare metal frame comes off pretty easily. So hopefully I got enough footage for you. It's probably a lot more talking than you're used to. I don't know, maybe you like it. Let me know in the comments. So that's gonna be it for this one. Gotta get the trailers and stuff done. I got fluid film in my eyes, that's why I look like I'm squinting all the time. So another project off the list, or at least the main part of the project. I still gotta do a lot, but thanks for watching, guys. Check back in again. Videos every week on Wednesday. I know it's a weird day to do it, but it's one I picked. I'm sticking to it. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you wanna. If you don't, it's fine with me too. See you on the next one.